Ready and head right and back to the left and down. Reverse it to the left and punch up, back to the right and down. Shoulder shrugs, up.
Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Can you see me? Hello? Hello?
Shoulder shrugs, up and back, two and back, reach it up and back. Warm up the shoulders now.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down a road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires, like to a step-dame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate. Stir up the Athenian youth to merriments, awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not one for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed you with my sword, and won thy love doing the injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, how renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Egeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord. This man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and, my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, gnats, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong beguilement and unhardened youth. With cunning thou hast filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, Be it so, she will not be here before your grace. Consent to marry Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman or to her death. According to her law, immediately shall be provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with mine eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not what power I am made so bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister mute, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold fruitless moon. Thrice blessed day that master sold their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So I grow, so live, so die, my lord. Ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause. And by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for high austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true, he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius's. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved by the beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then persecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Netter's daughter, Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconsistent man.
Must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Egeus. You shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love. Demetrius and Egeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial, and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow you.
Oh no, my love. Why is your cheek so pale? Chance the roses there to fade so fast.
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of mine eyes.
Ay, me. For aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled too low.
or else misgrafted in respective years,
Oh, spite too old to be engaged too young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends,
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
or if there was sympathy in choice, war, death, sickness, it lay siege to it, making it as momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collied night. But in the spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath the power to say, Behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, right things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she has no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. Fair, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee? And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, in a wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. There I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under false sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, numbers more than women ever spoke, that in that same place thou hast appointed me, truly, tomorrow, truly, I will meet with thee.
He promised love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. When wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear, sickness is catching. Oh, were favours so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody, were the world mine. Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be you translated. Teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown on him. I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, To you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends in stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or others some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know, and as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure uneedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys in games themselves to swear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. Ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he were only mine. When this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
He's all our company here.
You are best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit throughout all of Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth the actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready, name what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus, a lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest, yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Ericles, really, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison's gate, and Phoebus's car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now, name the rest of the plays. This is Ericles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And may I hide my face? Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe. Ah, Pyramus dear, my lover dear. Thy Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it to me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extrempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar. I will roar that do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that make the Duke say, "Let him roar again! Let him roar again!"
And should you do it too terribly, you would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would all shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That
would
would
hang
hang
us
us every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any suckling dove. I will roar you and twit any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall be at a summer's day, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your tawny orange beard, your purple and green beard, or your French-colored beard, a perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But, masters, here are your parts. And I'm to entreat you, request you, desire you to come them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. I pray you will fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. And take pains, be perfect. Adieu!
At the Duke's Oak we'll meet.
Enough! Hold your cut bowstrings!
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, and in their gold coat spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favours. In those freckles live their savours. I must go and seek some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy stolen from a mighty king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forests wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do square that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and make inquite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens of the villagery? Skim milk and sometimes labour in the kern, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no balm, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest Oberon and make him smile when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly foal. And sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl in the very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt telling the saddest tale sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then I slip from her bum, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, and the whole choir hold their hips and laugh and waxen in their mirth, and knees and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted here. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress. Would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am I not thy lord?
Well, then I must be thy lady. But I know, when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philostrate, why art thou here? Come from the farthest shores of water, but that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buck-skinned mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Perigona, whom you ravish it, and make him with fair eagles break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer's spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margin of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud, that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the ploughman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The folds stand empty in the drowned field, and crows are fatted with the murrain flock. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are indistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And thorough this distemperature we see, the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Heme's thin and icy crown an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the autumn childing, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension,
We are their parents, and original.
Do you amend it, then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced ocean-side air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive, and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and swimming gait, following her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, that boy did die. And for her sake I do rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus's wedding day, if you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels. Go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away, we shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music?
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A sudden aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress pass it on, in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower. Before, milk white, now purple with love's wound. And maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower. The herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I'm invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worse a place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on me.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave this city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not. To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that, it is not night when I do see your face, and therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said that I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger, bootless speed, when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, in the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enamelled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. Juice of this will streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come, now a roundel and a fairy song. Then, for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the musk-rose buds, some war with Reremus for their leathern wings to make my small elves' coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now, sleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
Spotted snakes with double tongue,
thorny hedgehogs be not seen. Newts and blindworms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm, no spell, no charm. Come our lovely lady nigh. So good night with lullaby. Weaving spiders come not here, hence you long like a spinner's heads. Beetles black approach not near, worms nor snail do no offense. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm, no spell, no charm. Come our lovely lady nigh. So good night with lullaby.
Hence away. Now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And, to speak truth, I have forgot our way. Will rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and Tari for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, 2 bosoms, and 1 truck.
Nay, good Lysander. For my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Lovers take the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. 2 bosoms interchained with an oath, so then 2 bosoms and a single trip. Then by your side, no bedroom we deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he does wear. This is he, my master said, despiseth the Athenian maid. And here the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon their eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So, awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Nay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, will thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh. I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, mine eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and disassembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fairy eyne? But who is here? Lysander on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art through thy bosom, makes me see thy heart. Where's Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What, though he love your Hermia? What though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who would not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young, till ripe now to reason, and touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I overlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, that you must flout my insufficiency? Good truth, you do me wrong, good sir, you do. In such disdainful manner me to woo, but fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you a lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should therefore of another be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near, for as a surfeit to the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to my stomach brings. Or, as the here says that men do leave, are hated most of those they did deceive. So thou, my surfeit and my honest, my heresy, of all be hated, the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay, me for pity. What a dream was here. Lysander, look who I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent my heart ate away, and you sat smiling at his cruel play. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander, Lord! What, out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word. Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves I swoon almost with fear. No. Then I perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you, I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Cat. And here's a marvel's convenient place for rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince?
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How will you answer that?
I larken a perilous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed, and that, for more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be a fear of the lion?
Oh, I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring it in, God shield us. A lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must be tell that he's not a lion.
Nay, you must speak his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through saying thus, or to some defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I wish you, or I request you, or I entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. And there indeed let him name his name and tell them plainly that he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there's 2 hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber, for you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar, look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why, then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon shine in at that casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall. Or let him hold his fingers thus, and through the cranny Pyramus and Thisbe shall whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play toward. I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savours sweet.
Odors. Odors.
Odours, savours sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Slay thou but hear a while, and by, I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of colour like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisky, juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew. As true as truest horse that yet would never tire, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus' tomb. Ninus' tomb. Why must you not speak that yet? That you must answer to Pyramus. You must speak your part all at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past, and it is never tire. Never tire.
Oh, as true as truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I was fair, fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monsters! Oh, strange! We are haunted prey! Masters, fly masters!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and burn like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? Is this a knavery of them to make me afraid?
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee? Ha ha!
What do you see?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee, thou art translated!
I see the knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me, if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, and they will hear that I am not afraid. The ouzel's cock so black of hue, with orange thorny bill. The throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose note many a man doth mark, and dares not answer, nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give the bird a lie, though he cried cuckoo, never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ears are much enamored of thy notes, as are mine eyes enthralled by thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me, on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that, and yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbours will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither, but if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve my own turn.
I these woods do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so, that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peaseblossom, Cobweb, and Mustardseed.
Ready.
And I.
And I.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman, hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes, feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the bumblebees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his eyes. Nod to him and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail.
Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make thee bold with you. And your name, honest gentleman?
Peaseblossom.
I praise you, commend me to Miss Squash, your mother, and Master Peascod, your father, good Master Peaseblossom. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. And your name, I beseech you, sir?
Mustardseed.
Good Master Mustardseed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water now. I desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustardseed.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue. Bring him silent.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Ah, here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, when she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll, I fix it on his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy as wild geese, that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-pated choughs, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So, at his sight, away his fellows fly, and at our stamp, here o'er and o'er one falls, and he murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from Eulers all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is that same Athenian.
Mm-hmm. This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you, him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should do thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast give me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood plunged in the deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon as this whole earth may be bored, and then the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou hast drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth, never be numbered among men. Oh, once tell true even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake? And hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch, could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it. For with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
The privilege never to see me more. And then from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrout sleep doth sorrow owe, which now, in some slight measure, it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swift swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. On fancy's sake she is in pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go. Look how I go, swifter than the arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, fit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena, is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then two at once woo one, that must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep. And vows so born, and their nativity all truth appears. How can these things seem in me seem as scorn to you? Bearing the badge of faith to prove them true.
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh, devilish holy freight, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her oath with oath, you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment to her when I swore.
Oh, nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen. Goddess. Nymph. Perfect. Divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white, high Taurus' snow fanned with the eastern wind turns to a crow when thou holdest up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite or hell! You see, you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too. If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and super praise my parts when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know, and here with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but is guest-wise sojourned, and now to Helen it is home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. wherein doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. My ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night, and all yon fiery oars and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired, have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours we have spent when we have chid the hasty foot and time for parting us, is all forgot? All school days' friendship, childhood innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both one on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherries, seeming parted, but yet union in petition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies but one heart, two of the first, like coats in heraldry, due but to one, and crowned with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, it is not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and to praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection? By your setting on, by your consent. What? Though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved. This you should pity, rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persevere, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument, but fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Away, you heathen.
Oh, no, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr. Vile thing, let loose, or it will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this, sweet love?
Why, love? Out, loathed medicine, oh, hated potion hence.
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile, since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then? You left me. Oh, God's forbid. In earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, question of doubt, be certain nothing truer, 'tis no jest. And I do hate thee, and I love Helena.
Oh, me. You juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love! What have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Oh, fie, faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And you are grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low. How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak. How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nail can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower! Hark again!
Oh, good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save, though, that in love unto Demetrius I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you. For love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens, will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who's it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
When she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be little, she is fierce.
Little, again! Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering knotgrass maid, bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try and see who's right, of thine or mine, is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries wilfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me that I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far I glad it so did sort, as this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hide therefore, Robin, overcast the night. Starry will can cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander sometimes frame thy tongue, then stir up Demetrius with bitter wrong. And sometimes rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When next they wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, out my queen, and beg her changeling boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone. For fear lest day should look their shames upon, they wilfully exile themselves from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I, with the morning's love, have oft made sport, and, like a forester, the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared and field in town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Ooh, here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou run away? Thou coward? Art thou fled? Speak. In some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, thou art bragging to the stars, telling the bushes thou lookest for wars, and wilt not come. Come, recreant, come, thou child. I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
Goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. Bone is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. Then fallen am I in dark, uneven way. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, ho, ho! Coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wot thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night. Oh, long and tedious night. Abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3, come 1 more. 2 of both kinds makes up 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here I will rest me till the break of day. Heavens shield Lysander, if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all will be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where is Peaseblossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, please, Blossom. Where is Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur. Get to your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, monsieur. And good monsieur, have care that the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflowed with the honey bag, senor. Where's Monsieur Mustardseed?
Ready.
Give me your knave, monsieur. Pray you, leave your courtesy, good monsieur.
What's your will?
Ah, nothing, good monsieur, but to help Calvary Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, monsieur, for methinks I am a marvel's hairy about my face. And I am such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What? Will I hear some sweet music, my love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather a handful or two of dried peas, but I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, begone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine, the sweet honeysuckle, gently entwist the female ivy so, and rings the barky rings of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favours for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronets of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and South Sea pearls, stood now in the pretty Floria's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. Now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awaking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou was wont to be. See as thou was wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamoured of an ass.
There lies your love.
How have these things come to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these five the saints.
Music. Oh, music such as chants. Sleep.
Now, when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes, peep.
Sound music. Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. How thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless all fair prospect. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be, wedded with Theseus, all in joy.
Fairy King, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silent sad trip we after night's shade. We the glow can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
My lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester. For now our observation is performed, and since we have devoured of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley. Let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echoing conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, born beside the groves, the skies, the fountains. Every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so fluid, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this is Lysander, Demetrius, this Helena, this old native Helena. I wonder they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and, hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Egeus, is this not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go. Bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Tomorrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
Hey, you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half asleep, half waking. But as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here, but as I think, for truly I would speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of Athenian law.
Enough, enough! My lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head, that they would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby defeated you and me of your wife, and me of my consent. Of my consent, she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I, in fury, hither followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to be now as the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like a sickness did I loathe this food. But as in health come to my natural taste, now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Egeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple by and by, with us, this couple shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn, our proposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
Oh, methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do you not think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
He did bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. For my next is most fair Prometheus. Hey-ho, Peter Quince! Flute the bellows mender! Snout the tinker! Starveling, God's my life! Stolen hence and left me sleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream past the wit of man to say what a dream is. Man is but an ass if he go about to disband this dream. Methought I was, there is no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had, but man is but a patched fool, if he will, offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, and the ear of man hath not seen, the man's hand is not able to taste, and his tongue not to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it has no bottom. And I will sing it at the later part of the play, before the Duke. Peradventure, to make them more gracious, I shall sing at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus, but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in Athens.
Yeah, and the best person too. And he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters! The Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom. Thus hath he lost 6pence a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6pence a day. And the Duke had not given him 6pence a day for playing Pyramus, I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom! Almost courageous day, almost happy hour!
Masters, I am to disclose wonders. But ask me not what, for if I tell you, I am not true Athenian. I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let me see your sweet Bottom.
Ah, not a word of me. All that I will tell you is the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, every man look over his part. For the short and long of it is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say, this is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Come away!
"'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of."
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in the brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy, or in the night imagining some fear. How easy is the bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends. Joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after-supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask, what music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief of how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
Battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. We'll have none of that. That have I told my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last the conqueror. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical? Tedious and brief? That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For all in the play, there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
My gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
Oh, the kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. And what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accent in their fears, and in conclusion dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet I picked a welcome, and in the modesty of fearful duty I read as much from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, in least speak most to my capacity.
So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill, to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come in but despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
Oh, this fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on this prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, for you would know this beauteous lady, Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through walls chink. Poor souls, they are content to whisper, at which let no man wonder. This man, with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine. For, if you will know, by moonshine these lovers did think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo this grisly beast, which lion might name. The trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright, and as she fled, her mantle did fall, and comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat with blade, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling, bloody breast, and Thisbe, tearing in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may, when many asses do.
In this same interlude, as it doth fall, that I, one Snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that in it had a cranny, hole, or chink, though which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often, very secretly, this loam, this roughest, and this stone doth show that I am the same wall. The truth is so. And, well, this cranny is nigh and bright and sinister, though which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that I ever heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
O grim-looked night, O night with hue so black, O night which ever art when day is not, O night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot, and thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that standest between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink and brink through with my eyne. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what I see? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
Oh, no, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it full pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou will. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lysander, I am trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Not Shalaphus to Procrus was so true.
As Shaphalus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
And kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part, delay, discharge so, and by being done, this old wall, oh hey, does so.
How is the wall down between the two neighbors?
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that I ever heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination unmend them.
Must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor, may now, perchance, both quake and tremble here when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, as Snug the joiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For for if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
Very gentle beast, and of a good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I'm sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn that horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself the man, I the moon do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How is it else the man in the moon?
Oh, he dares not come there for the candle, for you see it is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. Would he change?
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane, but yet in courtesy and all reason we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lanthorn is the moon, and I the man, I the moon, 'tis thornbush, my thornbush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lanthorn, for all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shone, moon. Truly, the moon shines. With a good grace.
Oh, well moused, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the line vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by the gracious golden glimmering gleams, I trust thee take of truest Thisbe sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes do you see? How can it be? O dainty duck, O dear, thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell. O fates, come, come, cut thread and thrum, wail, crush, collude, and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Silence, lions vile, hath he devoured my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame, that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, out sword and wound, the pap of Pyramus, I, that left pap, where doth hot, thus I die, thus. Now I am dead, now I am fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die, 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 die.
No die but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he's dead. Nothing.
The help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and yet prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Ah, here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A mote will turn the balance. Which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better? He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
She has spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means fidelity.
Asleep, my love? What, dead, my dove? O Pyramus, arise! Speak, speak! Quite dumb? Dead, dead. A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes, these lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Lovers, make moan, his eyes were as green as leeks. O sisters three, come to me. With hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word, come trusty sword. Come blade, my breast imbrue. And farewell, friends, thus Thisbe ends.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye. And Wall, too.
No, I assure you, that wall is down, parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue and hear a Bergamas dance between the two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse, never excuse. For when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Mary, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly, and very notably discharged. But calm your Bergo mask. Let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity in nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task foredone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide, every one lets forth his sprite in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now, our frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar, and this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First, rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
Now, until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create, ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be, and the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, hair lip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious, such as are despised in nativity, shall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless through this house with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay. Meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the Puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Now arms open, on the shoulders, double time. 2, pull up tall, pull in your stomach, up and back, up and back, up and back.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers and me.